Well, hello, Solomon. How are you today? I'm so glad that you'll help me with the children's message since your sister stormed off. Even though she wants to make a storm, she doesn't like to be recorded.
Mom,
so
stormed off and stormed.
Ha! That's funny. Stormed off, stormed. So we're going to leave Tylea's bottle there just in case she decides that she wants to join us. But we're going to make a storm, and then we are going to read the story about the captain of the storm from the Jesus Storybook Bible. I'll see if I can get that in there. Written by Sally Lloyd Jones and illustrated by Yago? I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Okay, so we're going to make a storm.
We have green and blue.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do
is not get food coloring on our hands.
You're going to put some food coloring. Do you want blue water?
Yeah.
Yeah? Unless you want it to be the reservoir late in the season, then you use all green, right? It gets kind of green, doesn't it? Yeah. But you want blue water, so put a little blue water in there. Right. Thank you for being careful. Yep, squeeze a few drops in there.
I want it to.
Okay, and so put the cover on, mix it around a little bit. Okay, so is that how you want it to look? Blue like that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Do you want some like glitter in there?
Sure.
Gets a little more exciting when you use a little glitter. Okay, so not a whole lot. Yep, that should be plenty. We're gonna shake that up, okay.
Sparkly!
And then we are going to top it off with vegetable oil. And if you're doing this at home, you can use any kind of oil. I didn't want to use olive oil because it's more expensive than vegetable.
Do we mix this? That looks cool.
Okay, Solomon, so put your cover on.
Shake it.
And when you shake it, it's like a storm. Kind of like when life shakes us and things don't go quite like we were expecting.
It's heavier.
Maybe we're afraid. Maybe someone we love is sick. And then
Where did the vegetable oil go?
and then you can see the storm, right? Everything's swimming around and it's quite a mess.
Because of the glitter.
But then look at that. Things settle down and we can rise to the top of the storm because of Jesus.
Is it because the water's denser than the vegetable oil?
Thank you, Mr. Scientist.
You
Yes,
already
that's how it
told me
works.
that. I was gonna say the opposite, but then I was like, that doesn't make sense.
So Solomon, sorry you're not going to get to see the pictures, but we're going to read the story. And maybe you want to, when it's time, maybe you want to shake your bottle when it's stormy.
Here, I'll be right back. You can start reading now.
Where are you going?
I'll grab my Bible.
Oh, Solomon's getting his Bible. He wants to see the pictures. The sun was going down. The air was warm and still. Let's go across the lake, Jesus said to his friends. Jesus had been helping people all day, and now he was tired. So they left the crowds at the shore and set out in a small fishing boat. Jesus climbed into the boat to take a nap. As soon as his head touched the pillow, he fell fast asleep. It was a beautiful evening. A gentle breeze rustled the sails. The friends were chatting happily as they headed out into the middle of the lake. Everything was perfect, just right for a nice, quiet sail. They were only about halfway across when, out of nowhere, whirling winds swept across the lake, fierce and strong, like a hurricane. A blinding flash of lightning lit up the sky. Thunder roared right overhead. The storm blew the water into towering waves that hurled the little boat up, 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 then set it hurtling, crashing, back down, down, down. Oh, look at that storm over there, Solomon.
Hey.
The fishing boat was blown and buffeted and tossed and turned back and forth and up and down and left and right and round and round. Now, Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives. But in all their years fishing on this lake, they had never once seen a storm like this one. No matter how hard they struggled with their ropes and sails, they couldn't control their boat. The storm was too big for them. But the storm wasn't too big for Jesus. "Help!" they screamed. "Wake up, quick, Jesus!" Jesus opened his eyes. "Rescue us! Save us!" they shrieked. "Don't you care?" Of course Jesus cared, and this was the very reason he had come, to rescue them and to save them. Jesus stood up and spoke to the storm. Do you want to pretend you're Jesus speaking to the storm, Solomon? "Hush," he said. That's all. Okay, Jesus, can you say hush?
Hush.
And the strangest thing happened. The wind and the waves recognized Jesus' voice. They had heard it before, of course. It was the same voice that had made them in the very beginning. They listened to Jesus and they did what he said. Immediately, the wind stopped. The water calmed down. It glittered innocently in the moonlight and lapped quietly against the side of the boat as if nothing had happened. The little boat bobbed gently up and down. There was a deep stillness and a great quiet all around. Then Jesus turned to his wind-torn friends. "Why are you scared?" he asked. "Did you forget who I am? Did you believe your fears instead of me?" Jesus' friends were quiet as the wind and the waves, and into their hearts came a different kind of storm. "What kind of man is this?" they asked themselves. "Even the winds and the waves obey him." They said because they didn't understand. They didn't realize yet that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus' friends had been so faithful. They had only seen the big waves. They had forgotten that if Jesus was with them, then they had nothing to be afraid of, no matter how small their boat or how big the storm. And that's where we're at today. No matter how small our boat or how big our storm. I'm even wearing my "Even the Wind and Waves Obey Him" shirt today. No matter how... Oh, I like your sea.
It's the perfect color.
But no matter how scared we get, how frustrated, how upset, how bad things seem as we're in our tiny little boat being tossed in the waves, Jesus cares for us and is with us in the storm. It was good to see you all. Bye-bye.